Amazing views. This is the highest I've been in a long time. Good morning. Had a great time at this spot here. Had a beautiful sunrise. But now I'm going to take off. I'm actually going to go down to where the Arizona Trail starts at Montezuma Pass. Just going to drive there, go south to where the closure point is, because they're closing the very southern terminus because of the border wall construction. And then there's also a peak there, like Cochise Peak. Cochise, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I'm going to go head up that. It's not a very tall peak, but I think it's good to get some exercise going. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to head west. From what I can tell from the satellite pictures, there are several campsites available, but nothing's mentioned at any of the like free campsite type applications or websites. So I'm just going to go that way and explore. It's all national forest, so it should be fine. So come along with me and let's go check it out. And before I leave here, I'll just show you some drone footage of what this area looked like. It's really nice. It's actually a huge spot. I kind of hogged to myself, but oh well. But all right, let's get going. Here's the road that we just drove up. You can see actually where the pavement becomes dirt. I didn't realize you could see for that far down. But overall the drive is pretty good. Most of it's actually wide enough for 2 cars, except some spots. Overall not bad. Way beyond you can actually see the border to Mexico going all the way across. We are here at Montezuma Pass, and there is actually the Arizona Trail right there. There's a little sign and it just goes up. So I think there's no water up here. I'm going to start at the National Memorial Visitor Center, so I need to cache some water somewhere. We'll have to see. So this is the visitor center, just a little picnic area, some trash, so that's good. Plenty of pit toilets. And over here there's one little building. I was hoping it'd be like a visitor center, but all it is another picnic area to stay out of the sun. And there's a register over there. I took a picture earlier. I'll sign it when I leave. But here's a map of the trail. With the rides, I think I'm just going to take an Uber to the visitor center. That's all paved. And then I'll just hike this trail. It's kind of a wee bit, and then that's where the Arizona Trail is closed south of there. So I'll just join back up and get up here. So I think what's should be good is to cache some water right here down along Joe's Canyon Trail, so I can pick it up on the way here. So to the visitor center to Montezuma Pass, it's gonna be about 3.1 miles all up. It's gonna be quite a bit, but it's either that or try to get a trail angel to drop me off at the pass. I still have to call him, but we'll see. For now though, I am going to go up Coronado Peak and go along this Coronado Peak trail and then huff and puff the whole way. Here we go. Here's the intersection to the visitor center as well as to Coronado Peak, which I'll be doing. 3 miles to the visitor center. There's a good junction here, and I noticed there's a really nice bush right here, really thick. I don't think anybody will be able to see the water if I cache 2 or 3 liters of water in there. I'm just hoping that people don't like to go on the side here and pee into the bush, because it's kind of gives you some cover. So let's hope nobody pees there, and then that's where my water is going to be. I will say this climb and this elevation is getting to me. We're going to be about 6,700 feet, but I spent almost last 6 months at 0 feet, and it does affect you. So far down there is a parking area. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's a road going to the left. I'll be heading out that way. It leaves the National Memorial somewhere out there, and there should be a bunch of pullouts. So hopefully a bunch will be remaining, and I'll stay out there tonight and camp out at around 6,000 feet. So get used to sleeping at 6,000 feet for a while. Where is it looking? Looks like the peak's right on the curve. It's not very high. What a beautiful day. Earlier it looked like it was snowing up here, but up here it's just beautiful. Whoop. Oh, there's a little covered area. Pretty much 360 views from up here. Kind of things in the way, but overall amazing views. Look at this little cholla here, yellow flowers. Looks really pretty. Doesn't look as healthy though. I read reports that a lot of these desert plants are dying just because of the drought too. Hey, here's some signs, let's read them. The Coronado National Memorial is named after Francisco Vasquez de Coronado. He and his men actually explored out here and actually worked with natives to a large degree, trading as well as sharing information and passing cultures around. It's quite interesting. It's pretty interesting. Before the explorers went out west, there were no tomatoes in Europe. It's so funny because it's like, you know, Italy and potatoes. There are no potatoes in Europe, and it's like Ireland and chocolate. It's like a lot of European places, right? And corn. It's pretty crazy. All the things that they discovered out here, they brought spread out across the world. Good morning. Today we are going to go up Miller's Peak. I can actually see Coronado Peak from where I stayed last night. I went west from the National Memorial and there's a turnoff quite a bit down, but it was super quiet. Nobody came through. Occasionally somebody would drive along the road, but that's no big deal. It's far enough away I can barely hear them. And I'm pretty sure nobody even saw me just because it's way back here. And yeah, so it was a good night. The whole place is a little canted, but it's okay. And it's kind of cold, but yeah, it was a really quiet, nice night. So we're going to head back up the road. Some people say it's real sketchy, but it's just a typical mountain, like single lane road. A lot of it's wide enough for 2 cars to go next to each other, so it's not too bad. But we're going to head up there. I organized my water because for the Arizona Trail hike, I think I'm just going to cache 2 liters of water at the peak or right at the turnoff. And I'm going to cache 2 more liters at Montezuma Pass a little further, because I think I am going to take an Uber to the National Memorial Visitor Center and then just hike the 3 miles up. It's going to be a doozy and it's going to add more miles for sure, but add a lot more elevation. But I think it'd be all right, and I think it'd be fun. It might be quite beautiful. And as long as I leave the water there and there's still water there when I get there in the morning, it should be fine. And I don't think anybody's going to take it. And if someone does, there's always tons of visitors up here, so maybe I can ask them for some water. I don't know. Got to do what you got to do, right? So let's head up to the trailhead right now. I'm here at the trailhead, and there are a bunch of cars here, but there's nobody else here, so I'm thinking they all went for a hike. I'm not sure how many people would go that way, but I bet most people went that way. So I might see a bunch of people, but let's get going. Here we go. Crest Trail, forest boundary. Miller Peak is 5.3. Not bad. First steps on the Arizona Trail. Let's see how it goes. And yes, I am hiking with jeans on. I've been wearing these pants for the last 5 days, so I figure I'll hike in them, get them sweaty, and put them in the laundry. But I didn't want to switch into shorts or anything. Still kind of cool. Just a day hike. I mean, it's only 5.2 miles. If something happens, I'll race back. I got my rain jacket on, or I got my rain jacket. I have a fleece. I'm all ready to go. Okay. Check out all these yuccas. They're right on the trail. It's always so fun having to zigzag in between them. Look at that. That one's right over. Oh, I'm not big, but I'm not small. Ooh. Okay. Made it through. Look at these choyas here. Last time I've seen choyas, they were just plants. They were a Joshua tree. But these have yellow flowers on them. Supposedly you could eat the yellow flowers. Just check out how beautiful this yucca is. It's so nice and round with the brownish tips. Long, straight, slender leaves with like razor edges on them. It's beautiful. Right along the trail. And here's an old one. Beautiful. I'm at mile 3.5. It's not on gut hooks, but off to the left, there seems to be a cave with a huge iron gate over it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a big cave too. Big enough for people to go. I wonder why it's closed. Probably an old mine. One switchback later, and I thought we were going to go over the cave. Well, it looks like this is probably the same cave. I bet if you go in there, you can climb up out of this. It's not even really a gate. It's just solid. There's no way to get into that if you wanted to. And trails off to the side. Check out this beauty. I'm not quite sure what this would be. I thought it'd be an agave, small one, but there's a lot more leaves and they're thicker. So it's not that. I don't know. Beautiful. Look at these thorns on these guys. I think it's one of these guys that stuck me in the leg. So hard. I don't ever want to get stuck in a knee again. I believe this was meant to catch water that comes off this little ravine here. I guess they put in anything they can to get any amount of water. Of course, it's bone dry now, but it's interesting though how they put that in for that, just for that purpose, I think. I don't think it's so people could take a bath in there. Looks like a bathtub. I'm at about mile 4, probably a little under, at the top of a ridge here. And check it out. There's a little trail camera here. I'm standing off to the side. I guess it's biologists trying to keep track of what kind of animals and how many are walking around out here. But up here, right next to it, there's actually a really nice campsite. It's way too early to be camping out, but super level. Space enough probably for even 2 duplexes, really. But it's really nice. And then we have more climb, of course. Up until now, we were in the Coronado National Memorial, and from here on, it's the National Forest, the Coronado National Forest. And this is also Miller Peak Wilderness Area. So there's no name on this sign, but it's Miller Peak Wilderness Area. But it's, yeah, another change of landmark. And check this out. There's a campground. It's got beautiful views, all right. I would say it's big enough for a couple of small tents. But if it wasn't for that fire ring, I think you could fit more tents in here, actually. So it'd be really nice if you just get rid of the fire ring and just get 3 tents down there. Check this out. I turned a curve and snow. It's melting. Trail's a little wet. You'd think there'd be more water, but there's not that much snow. It's actually quite thin. If you really had to, I guess you could scoop some off the top, but it's so shallow, you get a lot of dirt with it as well. But here's even snow on the downward side too. First bit of snow. Still got a while more to go up. I'm now on top of this beautiful ridge. You can see pretty far. I don't even know what I'm seeing exactly, but there's a canyon. I believe this is the, I forget the name of the canyon, Bowl something, but there's some dispersed camping down there, supposedly. Over here, there's a zigzag of switchbacks that go up. I'm hoping that's not the trail from the visitor center, but I think it is. Hopefully not, but I bet it is. And look at that wide open views here. Over to the side. You can't see where I camped last night, not exactly, but you can see there's a green bus, I believe, down there, just off the main road. I think it's right off the main road though, not much of a campsite. And where I camped is probably behind this hill here. Might be able to see it later, but yeah, huge wide open views. It's amazing. It's actually amazing how as soon as you stop and you look around, you start getting cold. Sun's out, but it's a little breezy, especially when you get right up to the ridge, and it just gets cold. But once you get moving, it's warm again, because it's mostly all climb. But I think I'm almost there, maybe 800 feet or so more, and then I'll be at the junction and then up to the trail, or up to the peak. I'm a little less than a mile from the junction, but it got much windier and the sun is gone. It's gotten a lot colder. So I thought I'd put this on. Even with the climbing, I was starting to get really cold. So, and the sun does not look like it's gonna come out for quite a while. So it doesn't look like storms or anything, so I'm gonna keep going up. But I think I'm gonna have to keep this on just to block the wind for the rest of this hike, or at least, I don't know, for the next hour, probably. I'm on the top of Miller Peak now. Actually, it wasn't too bad at all. Easy hike. Oh, look at this concrete platform here. It looks like it was made to collect water. There's even a drainage pipe there. In fact, to my right, there is a opening where you can get the water, but unfortunately, it's just full of trash. Look at that view. We were so far down. Way yonder is the border to Mexico, way over there by the mountain. It is cold up here because it's windy, but wow. It's amazing views. This is the highest I've been in a long time. Maybe in a couple of years, a year and a half. Let's sign to register. Leave no trace. Oh my. Jack Daniels. Little pocket knife. Matches. Oh, this is very important. Golf ball. Indianapolis Zoo. Random coins. Alright, from this sign pointing to Miller Peak, I cached some water. I went down this area. It looks like a game trail. Kind of looks really more like a real trail. Maybe people go down to take pictures of it there, but I stashed it in a bush over there. So hopefully I remember where it is. I took some pictures and everything, so we'll see how it goes. I drank some water out of the 2-liter, and I drank some of it from the 1-liter bottle as well. I know the bottles can completely freeze and they won't explode. They'll just kind of stretch. But the ever new water bag, I'm not sure if it freezes, whether it's just going to rip the seams apart. So I figure I'll put them both, and if that bottle freezes and explodes, at least I'll have the smart water bottle. At least I'll have 1 liter at least to get to the next water source, as well as however much water I'll have. But I think that's going to be good. I'm pretty sure they're going to freeze. I just hope they don't explode. We'll see. And we're going to see about catching some more over here at the trailhead now. But it's time to head down. It's been cold. The sun's gone right now and it's just windy. The wind's been picking up. I'm going to try to head down. I'm going to go to the same place I was before so I can bathe, basically, because it's pretty private over there. See how it goes with the wind. But it's all downhill from now. I'm just gonna show you some parts if it seems interesting, but unless there's something new, I will see you down at the car. California or Arizona. It's pretty interesting how when you get to a certain altitude you see the same type of plants. When you see these manzanitas, there's other plants that kind of look like it leaf-wise, but they're these nice pretty red bark ones. Not a lot of them, but right here there's a big cluster. It's pretty cool. You really gotta like these plants. They're so waxy and cool looking. I guess the downside of hiking the Arizona Trail in February is I'm not gonna be able to see any of these flower. They were so pretty back in Southern California when I saw them. Oh well. I'm sure we'll see plenty of other flowers, I think. I don't know, I'm starting a little earlier than the normal Arizona start, but yeah, I don't like the heat so much, so I'd rather start when it's colder anyway. By the way, this trail over there is not the trail that we'll be taking from the visitor center. That's actually all on this side of the hill there. It's on the other side. This is some other trail, I don't know what it is, but we're way over to the other side. We're gonna skirt around this and basically head right. Well, I'm back in my car. I made it. Wearing cotton t-shirt and cotton jeans. 12 miles up and down. It was super windy and cold up there. Ooh, you hear it? But last 1,000 feet it got pretty warm actually, even with the wind. It was still really warm, so I had to take my jacket off, and it was a pretty nice hike. If you get a chance, I'd say definitely come on up here. It's nice watching the ecosystem change. You see all like the choyas and yuccas and agaves and the lower altitudes. Up high it's all manzanitas, and you don't see the agaves at all anymore. No more choyas. It's pretty interesting. Not any wildlife at all though. There's nothing at all. We didn't see any lizards, snakes, nothing. Even birds actually. It's kind of odd. I guess it's so dry out there these days. But I did leave 3 liters of water up there, so let's hope that works out. 2.5 liters. Other than that, I'm gonna head on back to the same place I stayed last night because it was pretty secluded, and I think I could bathe myself there because it's secluded enough. And then tomorrow morning I'm actually gonna leave bright and early and go grocery shopping for 3 resupply boxes worth. I'm gonna mail 2 and drop 1 off at Roosevelt Lake. So I need to get all those groceries, go to the post office, get a couple of boxes. I actually brought a big box with me here. I collapsed it. Need to buy some tape, I guess. And then I'm gonna get all those ready. So Monday, I actually have to start driving up north, and I'm gonna mail the packages as well as drop off the 1 package at Roosevelt Lake. And then Tuesday morning, bright and early, I'm going to my friend's place and dropping off the car, and then getting on the bus, heading down to Tucson. And I should get an Uber to my hotel from in Sierra Vista. It's kind of expensive, but it's actually $5 cheaper still than the shuttles that I contacted. So we're gonna do that, and then Wednesday morning we're still scheduled to start. So I will talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I didn't record a lot on the trail because I'm gonna save some for the Arizona Trail hike itself as well. So I will talk to y'all later, and you have a good night. Bye. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my blood pressure. This is my blood pressure cuff. It's all in one, Bluetooth, so it syncs with my phone. So Samsung Health kind of keeps track of everything. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now and see what it's like right after a hike. I've been sitting here just waiting for my heartbeat to calm down, and then we'll see what it is. All right, good night.